When you search eustachian tube dysfunction on YouTube, you'll notice the majority of the videos are about popping the ears or simply what is eustachian tube dysfunction. But for those of you that are pretty well seasoned and going through a horrible situation with ETD, this video is really a lot more deeper than just popping the ears. See, what you find is that simply just popping the ears is not going to cure the mental aspect of this condition. And I think a lot of you that are new to the condition might think so. Let me explain a little deeper here. When I was diagnosed myself, I simply just thought I'll buy the Eustachi, I'll buy the ear popper, I'll do those things, and boom, all my worries and problems will go away. A lot of you are realizing, and I have yet to see one person tell me that let me just clarify, those that are deep into eustachian tube dysfunction problems have yet to tell me that those particular devices have completely eliminated all their sorrow with having this condition. And I'm going to tell you that most of the people that have this condition are so deep with it that it's now into the mind. See, the reason why I devoted so much time to this channel is to try to bring awareness to the fact that this condition in itself will make you go down this direction of the mental war zone. It'll take you down roads that you didn't think you would be going down. It'll start making you feel you need to buy more medication, or you need to buy more vitamins or supplements. You need to carry safety mechanisms on you just in case you have an episode. And that episode that I speak of is a panic attack. Now, this video is going to help assist all of you out there that are in far too deep now that popping the ears is just simply not enough. And those that are dealing with the ringing and the buzzing, well, you're going to stick along for the ride as well, because this is all what encapsulates this problem, and this issue is just simply not going away. See, when I realized within the second or third year of dealing with this problem, I realized I needed to change some things about myself. Yeah, believe it or not, there are some adjustments that you're going to have to make in terms of habit, things that you're doing that you once done. Now, don't get alarmed, don't get upset, and don't get worried about it, because these are things that you're going to put into a rhythm, because we're trying to conquer one goal here, and that's get rid of ETD, because ETD is bringing tinnitus. Tinnitus is bringing the anxiety, the ringing. The ringing is bringing the anxiety, is bringing the habits. It's bringing the new personality type. It's causing you to change who you are as a person. And I think that's what's not talked about a lot on YouTube or in the more importantly, in the doctor's office. And this is why I really want all of you to know that are watching this video, you really need to understand something here. In order to heal from ETD, you simply can't just focus on the aesthetics or the exterior part of the problem in itself. Most of you that are at the part of watching even a video on YouTube are at the part where the mental part of the whole condition has breached. The comfort has been exceeded in a sense that now you don't have it. And so I want everybody to know the first step in eliminating and defeating this condition and improving the mental aspect, improving your mental clarity, is to first stop running away from the problem. And I know that's very hard to say. And I don't mean literally avoid talking about it and things like that. I mean running away from things that you've obligated yourself to do. So if you have an obligation to go somewhere or do something that makes you, that has once always made you feel happy and excited, but now you feel like you can't commit to those things anymore. I shouldn't do that anymore because I might have an issue, I might have an episode. Let me tell you, the first thing we need to do is to do those exact same things. You haven't changed as a person in regards to now you can't go play golf now because you think if I get out in the middle of that field, I'm going to be so far out in the middle of nowhere that if I have an issue, who's going to help me? Or hiking, those that are hikers that want to get out in that elevation, want to get over that mountain, want to do all things to feel clear and to feel open and free. But ETD is preventing you to feel that like you can do those things. So the first step is, please try not to run away or neglect the things that you knew were good for you then. If they were good for you then, they're good for you now. It's just this condition has a way of blocking out all the positive, the attributions of the body, all the positive energy that flows, it blocks all those things and fills them with worry. And now you have this bulk of yourself worrying about what's going to happen when you didn't have that problem before. The second thing is you want to do your absolute best is to start kind of journaling and tracking things that make you distracted. So let me give you a little bit of an example. So what I used to do is I had to change things that I consume. So I had to change the coffee habits, the caffeine habits. I had to completely change those things, and I had to start incorporating more things that I didn't incorporate before. Like I never used to be a green drink person. Those were things that I incorporated because I really wanted to get good, healthy, fresh vegetables into my diet. So what you need to do is to start journaling. And don't make it a habit to where it's causing you anxiety or anything to do so, but journal freely. Journal things that have you found a positive spike in your day from doing this thing. Journal it down. And then you go along your day again, you're feeling terrible, and then you do this other thing, and then you feel this positive increase of serotonin. Write that down. Whatever is creating this positive atmosphere that may only last 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, journal it down, write it down. Just grab out a pen, piece of paper, a book, whatever, a journal, write it down. Because this is what we're doing. Each time you write down the thing that helps you, you're actually creating a stamp in the mind that's causing your mind to flow into that realm. So basically, every time you write something that helped you feel better, helped you feel more whole, you're causing the brain to now focus this energy on that aspect. So the more you write down that actually helped, the more the mind starts to gravitate around those things. And if those things are positive and healthy, of course, you want to make sure those things are healthy. You don't want to journal, okay, I took a shot of whiskey and I feel sleepy and now I was able to go to sleep. I want all of you to really do your best to journal all the things that are not going to help that's going to help your body, but not going to put you 2 or 3 steps behind, because you do want to make sure that this is something you can do long term as well. So journal. That's the second thing. Journal anything. It could be anything positive, anything healthy. Maybe just taking this same walk, the scenic road that you just discovered near your house. You went down this road and wow, you suddenly didn't think about ETD. Keep doing that. Write it down. Keep taking that same thing. Again, we're exercising the brain to start to focus on those things, those positive influx. And when positive changes that we feel, we want the body and the mind to get on the same page. Because right now, the body and the mind are on 2 separate pages. And we want to get the body and the mind on the same page. Okay. And the third and very important step is you don't want to hyper fixate on what you feel. So anytime you're walking and you turn your head slightly, you feel a crackle, or you turn your head this way and you feel a popping sound, and you're like, oh, and you start to really hyper fixating on all these little things that you feel, all these little things that are going to go wrong. So you start thinking, oh, I just heard another pop. My jaw is completely disassembling itself off my face. You want to do your best. And this is probably the most challenging one. This is why I waited for the third step on this one, is you don't want to overstretch your mental bandwidth onto anything that you feel that might be detrimental, because most likely it's not. I used to think every shift in what I felt, every mood change that I felt was deteriorating me from the inside out. And I would so much hyper focus on those things that every time something good would come, or something happy or positive would come into my situation, I would be so focused on just what just happened, that popping sound, that crackling sound. See, some of you do that, and then you start Googling, and you start pulling your phone out, and you start trying to figure out what was that. Anytime you hear a noise, a crackle, a shift in mood or anything, you start to either Google it, or maybe you may be even in one of my groups and you throw questions out, which is fine. Just again, they need to move the needle. Whatever you're doing has to move the needle for the long run. We're looking for evergreen healing. We don't want anything that's a one-off thing or a two-off thing. We want to start doing those things, that's considered an evergreen healing mechanism that's going to help attribute to your sense of well-being, your sense of purpose, and your healing factor. We really want to focus on those things. So remember, you want to do your absolute best. That anytime you feel anything, because guess what? With this condition, you're going to feel a lot of things. You're going to feel a lot of things, good and bad. So number one, just to recap, don't neglect the things that you used to do that are good, that are actually positive, that you're saying you can't do suddenly anymore. If you're a musician, go play. Go play your musical instrument. Go play for a band. I talked to a great young man for over an hour about just continuously doing the things that make you smile, make you happy, you feel good about yourself, even if you don't feel right. And two, journal everything that went in the upper position for you. Anything that went great, just focus the energy, put the energy towards those things. And number three, don't hyper focus on anything that you feel, because you're going to start doing this. This condition will make you go up and down for just a little while. And then once you get a hand of these three things, the brain will start to exercise itself in a way where it's just like anything. If you're a gymnast, you get used to doing those types of moves. You get used to doing those types of jumps. You get used to doing those types of stretches. Your body starts to conform to habit. And if you could make a habitual purpose and a habitual habit to continuously do those things. Okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. The body and the mind will get interlocked. It will interlock together, and you'll start to be this individual now that's doing the things that are going to just move the needle in the positive direction. And you'll start to notice that those ear poppers, those devices aren't going to be too beneficial, because the main thing is you're going to have this in check. And when you have this in check, those things are just extras. So I hope this video was very helpful for you. If it was, please take time to subscribe to the channel. I try to bring content as often as possible. But in the meantime, I'm going to step out of the J-Will in the studio and leave you in good hands with this video. Like anything else, folks, we're here to simply go back to the basics. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you on the next video.